A clandestine satellite owned by the National Reconnaissance Office has been raised atop its United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket at Vandenberg Air Force Base, California, for liftoff Jan. 10. Already encapsulated inside the Delta IV's payload fairing, the spacecraft was recently transferred from a nearby processing facility and hoisted by a crane inside the mobile gantry at Space Launch Complex 6, nestled between hills and the Pacific Ocean near the southern edge of the military base on California's central coast. Ground crews deftly guided the payload atop the Delta IV's second stage and completed its attachment to cap assembly of the 217-foot 66-meter rocket. The mission for the NRO, the U.S. government's spy satellite agency, is known by the codename NROL-47. The Delta IV is expected to loft a radar surveillance satellite to gather all-weather, day and night imagery for analysis by U.S. intelligence agencies. The rocket slated for launch Jan. 10 will use the Delta IV's 5.2 configuration 5-meter diameter payload fairing and 2 solid rocket boosters attached on each side of the hydrogen-fueled first stage. That version of the Delta IV has flown only twice before, and analysts who track space activities believe both launches, in 2012 and 2016, hauled so-called topaz radar reconnaissance satellites into orbit. The flight was pushed back from December 10 to complete software validation on a new common avionics system designed to fly on ULA's Delta IV and Atlas V rockets. The upcoming mission will be the first time the common avionics suite has flown on a Delta IV. It will be the last launch of a medium-lift, single-core version of the Delta IV rocket from Vandenberg Air Force Base. ULA is retiring the single-stick Delta IV family in favor of the less expensive Atlas V, before eventually replacing both rockets with the next-generation Vulcan launcher. 2 more single-core Delta IVs are slated to launch from Cape Canaveral. The heavy-lift version of the Delta IV, comprising 3 of the rocket's first stages bolted together, will remain in service through at least the early 2020s to deploy the NRO's most massive satellites. Those payloads weigh too much for the Atlas V, a SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket, the 2 other launch vehicles currently certified to haul costly U.S. military and intelligence gathering satellites into orbit. Photos of the NROL-47 payload's arrival at Space Launch Complex 6 and attachment to the Delta IV rocket are posted below. Credit Hula, credit Hula, credit Hula, credit Hula, credit Hula, credit Hula. Email the author. Follow Stephen Clark on Twitter at StephenClark1.